Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rainy. This is Hi-Rez Pretty Hair, and it's time for the fourth and final set of the Masters qualifiers for Paladins going into week 2 here. Finishing things off, it's been an exciting one thus far. We did just see a great set coming out, Panda Global falling to Astral Authority. Man, you're looking big, man. Are you working out?
Am I?
Yeah, you're looking colossal.
Thanks, bro.
By the way, you reminded me, there's also this chest we have in-game called the Colossal Chest, which is on sale. If you want to pick those up, Nick, to just go along with your size.
I got this shirt at the gym.
Yeah, it's 33% off, by the way. Nick, how tall are you?
Like 6'5".
6'5". Okay, wow. Yeah, that's definitely a chest that matches you, brother. That works for you, dog. And then moving forward, we also have 2 times XP this weekend while you play. I was playing a little bit earlier before cast. If you want to get your double XP in, get some more chests, get some more champion mastery, which would result in some more chests, getting to ranked faster.
Yes, sir.
All those cool things coming out for you. All right, so now time to the meat. It's the 4th set, the final set of the day. We've got... I believe it's Astral, Eager, and Panda Global.
No, Eager and AGG.
That's right, Eager and AGG, excuse me. There's so many of these teams playing against each other back-to-back, so losing track there. Eager versus AGG. This is the matchup that we've been kind of hyping because this is what means everything, right? Right now, Eager sitting 2nd, AGG sitting at 3rd, but this could flip-flop if AGG find a win here.
They could tie it up.
Yep.
Could take the head-to-head. Put themselves in a good spot. A lot of this is actually, it could come down to if Astral Authority trolls next weekend, because they're already confirmed. If they just like pull some jank stuff and just throw games, right?
Right.
Like, they're almost like in the driver's seat. Obviously, that borders on collusion, but hopefully we see everybody just continue to give it their best. Borders
on collusion. Jaguar Falls will be the first map, and we have seen some amazing performances. In fact, I think one of the only double quadra kill games that I can remember in recent memory by Doseps just a few sets earlier. So if you are just catching in today, you might want to rewatch the VOD or catch up with some of those. It was a very, very awesome experience. Tyra on that map, but Eager, go ahead, take Torvald right off the gate.
AGG respond with Makoa. Will it be the Drogos? Kind of the theme we've been seeing today. Barrick definitely not seeing as much prioritization in North America as he has been in Europe. In fact, it's Ruckus that's been taking that spot. Frankly, Europe didn't really touch much of Ruckus yesterday.
Europe wasn't interested in him. Just had no love for the Goblin mech. It's unfortunate. He's been a guy that I think in North America still serves a big purpose. I think for me, I'm seeing Grok shift as, except in Europe where we see him very strong, I'm seeing Grok shift a little bit more out of the meta as a must pick as well as the Ying. But Eager go for the Ying early so they can flex these last 2 picks. Now they've got their core healer, they've got their core tank with probably a secondary tank of their choosing and a damage dealer that might help to flesh things out.
Indeed. Will they take the Barrack? Drogos notably still on the board. Maldamba locked in for AGG. They will save their last pick to try and counter out what Eager round their draft out with. 20 seconds here in the pool to make their decision.
Okay.
Grok's going to be one of them.
I don't mind it.
So we need some more damage or another frontliner. Still could look at the Barracks, still could look at the Drogos, and it will be the Dragon.
All right, so maybe not winning this sustained battle on the point. Going to try and do it with, strength of damage here. And one of the benefits that Eager has to maybe be able to pull off this kind of a lineup, is that they're not on Stone Keep, right? They're on Jaguar Falls. So it's much, much tighter. Yeah. Grok's shock pulses have so much more value on that because it's hitting everyone. Because you got to stand there, and you're only within, even if you're out of sight, you're only like 5 yards away from your teammate, even if you can't be shot. And Cassie gets picked up here as well. That's a big one that we saw.
Page out of Eager's book.
Yeah.
So Bitey going to be running the Grok here. Wi-Fi field study for his Torvald. Godslayer again for Stolzey's and Drox's. Could look for some more big plays off the back of that. Free kills, Worm Jets for Awry. Drogos. Bitey will be playing Grok, running the Totemic Ward again. Lifelike for ShadeeyShades. So big, kind of like a weird switch up of the roster here. Awry playing the Drogos and Shady could be supporting.
And now Prince Danny, you'll see Rapping Gore for Bubble Boy, Prince Danny with Desert Shadow on this map again. It's Jaguar Falls just develops its own meta really recently, I think. Aerial Assault for Rovaniik on the Ruckus, Exaction for JAKEB, and ElZulu going into Half Shell, and the Master Riding to start things out, trying to get there fast as he can, as fast as a turtle can, which is quite fast right now.
Steady wins the race. Salvo not going to connect whatsoever. Master Riding actually got him under that. So shout outs there. First blood, though, does go to Eager. 27% on the point for AGG, however. Reverse is going to come through. It's going to miss, so he will not get the reset of his nether step. Doesn't really need it anyway. Pumps a lot of damage into Makoa and surges forward.
Reversal back, though, so quickly. After a 16-second cooldown, something happened there. I'm not sure what.
Seeding hatred.
That's what it is. Okay, so just reduce the reversal of the cooldown of reversal allowed him to get that back up so much more quickly and have another go at it. Still hasn't found the damage, but Awry in the air trying to support with this Drogos.
Wow, so AGG playing this one slow, even though they do give up the first blood. They're taking a lot of capture progress with their double frontliner. They're able to maintain control slow and steady, winning the pace here for AGG. 2 more picks. JAKEB finds both of those. An old school Cassie player now does go down, but 99% overtime has been started for AGG. Only 3 members of Eager here to even try and hold this one up. It looks like they are just going to give it up or die trying.
Oh, this is going to hurt. Oh, but it actually didn't hurt as much as he wanted it to. stolzey going to get chased down. Rovaniik is going to continue firing with the aerial assault. 3 advances means so much for Ruckus's mobility and the rate of, I think, him being able to chase and run away from teams in this scenario. But again, we see kind of the double frontliner succeed here. And Nick, you know, I wonder if this is something that Eager maybe have outplayed themselves with this draft. You know, we saw it work beforehand, but right now it just doesn't seem like they're firing in the same way that they were. stolzey has just way too much to do. He needs to get poked out.
Yeah, and they've got a weird lineup to boot. They've got Awry not on the support, Shady not on a carry, Wi-Fi.
That's right.
They've got him playing the Torvald instead of Bitey, who traditionally plays that frontliner. So AGG, they've got, you know, some comfortable picks for their roster. They're driving it home right now.
I like it. Totemic Ward, the extra healing. It will play an effect to the Dread Serpent for Maldamba if they're able to really catch that one well. Also the hook for Makoa, which they think is a pretty strong counter, but Awry gets hit with the Dread Serpent, actually doesn't be anywhere near Bitey and his totem. That's because Bitey actually is dead, and now so is every other person on Team Eager. No front line, no sustain. It's just Torvald out there, and he's having a hard time. AGG 2-0 over Eager.
They take it home, and this is a big game. This is to tie up the Masters qualifiers and make the Week 3, for all intents and purposes, matter. For a lot of these matchups securing their spots at the LAN and seeding at the Gauntlet as well, to make Week 3 more than just seeding for the Gauntlet. stolzey, Bitey, looking for those cauterized 2. stolzey able to afford it. Bitey and Shady off the mark, so the item's going to be heavily in favor of AGG. Bubble Boy already at the Chronos too. That's a very expensive item that he was able to get done. He's pushing the payload. He's getting the healing credits. Kono's chosen here.
He's getting everything.
Very wealthy.
Oh, very, very wealthy, man. It's nice to have a guy who relies on his abilities like that, especially Ripened Gourd, being able to run as many gourds as possible for your team, to get the damage, to get the healing. Remember, it heals your teammates, it damages your enemies, and now with this legendary Ripened Gourd, it's going to slow them by 40%, which just creates such a hard place for them to actually fight into. There's a Hyper Beam by Torvald. Wi-Fi gets 2, and that could do it right now for Team Eager. They follow up with a Dragon Punch Ultimate, securing this one. Oh boy.
There it is, 35% already on the point for Team Eager. Here comes the zone, though. They are more than happy to do this. Long range fire spit is going to connect on the 1, so we'll get 1 4-second masterful cooldown shaved off of that. Another one coming through there. Shaolin trying to find his way back on the point. No Dragon Punch here, so Eager going to have to find their way through all 10,000 of this HP, but they do it with ease.
They do it very, very quickly, and now stolzey has the ability to go out. He's got the accursed arm. He wants to hit it. It's the reversal. Godslayer with 2, with 3. Oh, 4 not for him. ShadeeyShades with Ying picks it up. They'd rather have the point than the highlight reel, but they get both, and they get the objective. 1-2 goes Eager with really just ultimate styling there. Just give it. He doesn't want the 5 streak? Really? It's not that much, man.
I guess so. Maybe he wanted to go buy an item.
Oh, but yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone, maybe?
Yep.
They do those for a reason. Whatever the reason may be, there is some thought process behind why you would just jump off the map like that. Eager, regardless, not in a spot like they're not about to win the game. You know, the push just started, so there is a time for something like that to jump off the map, go get an item, kill your streak, that would be the time.
And, you know, they want to make as much of these 2 minutes as possible, hopefully with a strong push where no one dies. And so they've kind of just been poking out and actually doing a great job of it. You see Rovaniik over here. He's almost half health. He's used emitter. They've used they've used their gourd. But right now, PrinceDannyTV finds himself with a great answer here. The Planet just a perfect, actually, Androxus with a perfect counter with that reversal to Planet in general. But now with the 800 extra damage, PrinceDanny's going to have to watch out that he doesn't get caught by stolzey.
Absolutely. Dragon Punch, only ultimate. Now making 2. Tempest comes up, full charged for Bitey's Grok as well. Eager's struggling a little bit to get this push off the ground here. 3 ultimates to counter out. AGG have the Dread Serpent, Heat Haste, as well as the Scout. Here comes the Dragon Punch, but it may just frankly have been too far away. The Slither could be good. It's going to find Rovaniik up on the high ground, and Awry is going to escape with his life.
Field Study tried to make sure Awry got some damage on the Fire Spit, but he actually will miss the rocket, miss the loogie, won't get it for his troubles. He's going to just be maneuvering back and forth. Misses another Fire Spit, Awry. Gets healed by Ying in the process, and now he's on the backside trying to finish off JAKEB, and he will. So Eager come close to losing the dragon. He's actually staying alive. Rovaniik trying to hunt him down. Still can't get him though. ShadeeyShades still firing on Ying.
Those are rips pop to keep him alive as well. There's the emitter. A lot of damage being mitigated, but Rovaniik will still go down. stolzey credited with that kill. Here comes the person arm charge as well. 55%. stolzey finds another one. So going big for Eager in the backline right now. Bitey's pseudo frontlining right now. Trying to find this
Wow.
He will pick up the kill. 16 seconds remain for Eager. Need to find some picks. AGG is starting to fall apart at the seams.
It's so important, AGG. You guys can't waste this. If you just defend it here, you get so much value off of that because you go 3-1 up. But now it is all even. It's tied. You're tied in credits, you're tied in points, and now it is straight stare. Now, the big thing I think, Nick, that was the issue for me is that you can't get caught out by that a second time. ElZulu, PrinceDanny, you guys cannot die to that hyper beam in that corridor. You just have to make a better decision and be more aware of it. And I don't think they will.
Wi-Fi, you always got to be aware of that. Whenever there's a Torvald positioned on that side of the point with the window in sight, you have to be hyper aware of that. I'm surprised that we've seen more big hyper beams on Jaguar Falls than any other map. And on the point specifically, 2 3-man game-saving hyper beams in Europe yesterday for sure. PrinceDanny gets all of his items fleshed out. All 4 items or slots have been filled. All the colors of the rainbow. See if you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
Nice hook, but you can't just stand where they were before. There's a Dread Serpent. Can they kill Bitey before, actually, excuse me, Wi-Fi before all this happened? stolzey with 3! Holy moly! And he continues his rampage here. stolzey on a 9 streak and feeling himself with 36%. This time it wasn't the ultimate. It was the Androxus ultimate that got him, not the hyper beam.
54% already, so they win the, when you win the team fight with somebody parked on the point, you basically get it for free. All 5 members of AGG have been zoned out, dismounted off their horses, and they're chasing after stolzey. Meanwhile, half of them are on the point. They're just disjointed right now. Doesn't look like the comms are synced up right now.
How will they do with adversity, though? They've come back here. They've actually gotten huge kills. Rovaniik with 2, PrinceDannyTV, and now ElZulu is alive. Everyone on AGG is alive here. They've got great zone. If Wi-Fi goes down now, this is going to mean a huge stagger, Nick. They might just have won this point fight with that. Oh my God, planted into the wall. Midair Drogos takes him down. PrinceDannyTV is going on fire, and 93%, 99, AGG take the lead out of what surprised, I think, everybody with some amazing comeback play.
And despite being split up, the Ancient Rage was the big stabilizer there, so shout out to ElZulu.
Wow!
Able to get it done. Another long-range impale. Literally pins Awry to the wall, and Planet drives it home.
Awry is playing nuts. PrinceDannyTV is playing like out of his mind right now. That's the power of resilience. The hyper beam comes out and he actually just gets countered by PrinceDanny, who takes him down yet again. They've got to find an answer for this Shaolin. Heat Haze is popped and he knows stolzey's in the corner. He wants to pick a fight, but will stolzey let him? He doesn't have the Impaler arrow yet. He does get the reversal. That's a lot of damage. Wow. And he gets jebaited into Awry's Fire Spit.
All while in stealth as well. He took the reversal, he took the Fire Spit, took the shot from Drogos. Minute 39 remain. AGG on the back foot right now. Boy, trying to keep everybody healthy, but stolzey and Bitey are surging forward, looking to confirm these kills.
Oh man, great reversal by stolzey. Gets the damage off again. Godslayer paying dividends for him. And he will look to finish off Bubble Boy as well. Minute and 20 though, Nick. They've gotten to about 85% on the push. So they're in a great spot. I think AGG got to be happy with this. And they just need one more good play, one more pick. And they might be able to push this into a game win.
2 ultimates. Big heavy hitters though for Eager. Dragon Punch as well as a Cursed Arm. Hexafire and Red Serpent for the setup. Could be another play that AGG looked to use to drive this payload push home. Probably one more team fight win with a semi-strong zone is going to do it, with stolzey finding so much damage around the corner. He's going to miss that reversal. Thankfully, probably would have taken out Ruckus had that connected.
Really good job as well by Torvald and Bitey just to be with stolzey here. He's got the protection. He's doing more damage from a farther range. He's now going in with the reversal. Great half shell, though, to keep Bubble Boy alive. If he falls here, that is in a problem. He didn't want to go for it. Half shell was on the way down. Maybe just wanted to save it. Maybe doesn't even want to use it until next point fight if he doesn't have to. So they feel like on a defensive side, they're feeling strong here.
They are. Don't want to overkill it as well. Keeping a hold as many, winning the fight with as little spend as possible. The name of the game here. PrinceDanny trying to find the final shot. Jumping a lot of rockets, but Awry finally able to connect on the heels of Danny. stolzey escapes with his life as well. So holding 5 strong here. Eager look to keep this one from going into overtime. ElZulu and Rovaniik are trying to get it there, though.
They did get there. stolzey actually going to pull back. They might have forced an ult here, and if they do, I think this can be considered a win. They're going to give some credits up, right? Because it's very difficult. But if they don't force any big plays, and they don't, oh man, it just means PrinceDanny. Actually, that's
2 kills.
Kind of big there. He just got 85%. stolzey was on a streak. I'm not sure what it was.
He shut down Awry and stolzey.
Yeah.
So reabsorbing all that into the heat haze. PrinceDanny with the opportunity to go big. After landing a couple shots, we'll have that. Every other ultimate, however, for AGG is ready to go. Eager slightly off the mark with the Hyper Beam, only 13% for that, 3% until ShadeeyShades. He'll have that charged up by the time he rides to the point. ElZulu getting that Rejuvenate 2 online as well as Wi-Fi. Resilience is not going to come online in a big way for AGG. ElZulu the only one picking that up. It will honestly help the Hyper Beam potential because the Resilience only prevents the a majority of the knock up from Hyper Beam, not so much of the knock back.
Right, and it allows you maybe to react a little bit more as well. The reversal from stolzey is strong. ElZulu thinks that he's gonna, oh no. Ancient Rage not used though, that could be clutch. If he tried to use it there, might have actually hurt him there. Dread Serpent just to kill stolzey! Awry! Oh, he stays alive. Rovaniik does everything to get the kill, but Bitey gets 2. It was a last attempt to try and finish off a kill after everything had gone wrong for AGG. But now at least they have ElZulu back with the half shield and the Ancient Rage still available.
Dragon Punch coming over the top, and it's going to connect onto ElZulu. Awry will escape with his life as well. Now it's stolzey's turn to hold down the front line. 51% already on the point for Eager. Rovaniik struggling a little bit.
Hexafire here. If he picks this off, they might be all right. stolzey above. This could be a kill onto PrinceDannyTV if he doesn't spot where stolzey's at right now. He wants to use the withdrawal, but not going to use it yet. But here's an important thing. There's the Ancient Rage coming out. 27% for AGG. They're still fighting on the point. If Wi-Fi goes down, everything changes here. And he does. Now, they've got the Hexafire from Ruckus, but Ruckus is down, unfortunately. But he will be back in this fight soon. If they can hold off long enough for him to come in with the damage, they might just make it happen. JAKEB actually avoids getting anything happening to him. He picks up 2 in this fight, and this could be, Nick, AGG winning over Eager right
there. There it is. The 1 dismount's coming through it. We've got big flanks coming out from stolzey. Rovaniik snuffs it out, heads back to the point. Big reversal goes into JAKEB, but he's going to stay alive. PrinceDanny finds a kill onto stolzey. Awry is too low to do anything as well. Hexafire just to put the nail in the coffin. Most of it's ghost blocked out by Bitey, but nobody is able to step foot on the put. And AGG, frankly, it feels like they snuck away with a win.
Unbelievable stuff there. I'm very impressed by AGG. And, you know, the Hexafire not being used, I think the Ancient Rage, they used 2 ultimates, yet he didn't burn the Ancient Rage on any of them, which was actually huge. Awry and I think it was ElZulu on the Makoa, died twice before the Ancient Rage. So we had it at the very end of that point fight, which is what they needed. And as they went to use that, you notice sometimes, like you said, when you fight on the point and you win, you don't have to get another retake. They didn't really fight on the point for most of that time, Eager. And so it was 36-26 after even 2 deaths onto the tank.
Yeah.
And it just meant that there was more time. That's all AGG needed.
High value ultimates, you know, despite even Bubble Boy, frankly, whiffing on that Dread Serpent. He tried to take down Awry with it, but Awry escaped with his life. I guess, you know, you could say that he zoned him out, but Bubble Boy still getting it done on the healing charge.
You know what?
Sure.
You know what I also really love about this too is the fact that they had the double frontliner and to contend. I mean, that is the benefit, right? You know, Rovaniik coming back into that fight as a Ruckus versus, you know, think of like a, I don't know, let's just say like an Eevee coming back into that fight, right? I mean, Eevee, she has a decent hold, but she's got such a low health pool. She's got, she has damage, but it's single target, right? She's not going to help her team. The fact that Rovaniik could come back in with the Hexifier nonetheless, finish off that clutch kill when 3 of them are grouped up, with the repulsor field, with the emitter for the bait, with the aerials, it's just, that sustain, I think, was really one of the biggest reasons why they were able to move forward and clean this one up against the solo Torvald tank.
So, AGG one step closer. They only need one more game to tie things up in the Master Qualifiers and defeat Eager. Serpent Beach is where they will take it. 4-3. AGG narrowly escaped with the win. It just felt like Eager were in control until they weren't.
Yeah, and don't count AGG in and don't count Eager out. I'll say that for sure. Eager know that they are a great team, and I think if you see a more traditional kind of draft for this current meta where you see the double frontliner come out, you know, you maybe don't see the totemic ward for you know, Bitey if he does go for the Grok, which I think is actually a decent pickup. It's just, I think if you see something a little bit more standard for their lineup,
yeah,
you will see Eager have a good showing.
And weird roster assignments as well. We had Wi-Fi on the Torvald, where it's normally played by Bitey. ShadeeyShades on the Ying, which is normally played by Awry.
Yep.
Awry on the Drogos, which is normally played by stolzey. It's kind of a weird mix and mash up there. But Eager, they take away Androxus. This is a big comfort pick for Danny. He did well on the Shaolin. I do have to say that.
That is one of the only first pick Androxuses, I will say. I'll give you that one.
It's just series. Yeah, this is a series meta pick right now. The Androxus is highly contested between both of these two teams, stolzey and Prince Danny, both very adept with the character.
And I'm not sure you lock in Shaolin now. I mean, I think it's okay. I think you do want it because Shadey, I think, can play a really good Shaolin, and maybe you force him into the healer role, but I do like the Cassie. What they love to do, AGG, in this first point fight on Serpent Beach is they love to send one left and then either all take the right side of the upper arches or just go straight to the point, and that's when Androxus can do so well. Danny's going to have to change his playstyle. Cassie can maybe kind of do that in a decent way.
Drogo's still on the board, but they take the Victor. So Eager love to lean on that. Probably going to be Wi-Fi on the Makoa. Bitey on the Victor. What will they round out with for ShadeeyShades? AGG have a chance to respond. Still need their healer. Their Maldamba could be a Pip, be a Grover. They could go with anything at this point, but it will be Maldamba.
Don't know if he Grover. Yeah, that's standard. I mean, Shaolin's still on the board. Why not? Why not?
That's like Prince Danny's next best.
Yeah,
I think as well. So could go with a second frontliner here if they want the Barrack. But it's going to be that Eevee for ShadeeyShades. I like it.
He's a good Eevee.
He is a very good Eevee.
And he's on a damage roll now.
Someone's got to shut down Danny.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very important here. They got a lot of damage coming out from that squad, and they love these Victors, these high-flying Victors, always moving, always throwing grenades, always doing damage. Will they be able to do enough here? AGG take game 1 over Eager. And they're starting out with PrinceDannyTV on Shaolin. Desert Shadow for the increased stealth. Ripen Gourd for Bubble Boy on Maldamba. Aerial Assault for Rovaniik. Exaction for JAKEB on Cassie, who had a great game last game. Same champion. And Field Study for Torvald.
Bitey taking Gunnery for his Victor. Wi-Fi takes Pluck for Makoa. stolzey will take Godslayer once again on Androxus. Lifelike for Arise Ying. And Wormhole for ShadeeyShades Eevee. Triple Cauterize to Wrecker for the boys of Eager.
Still a solo frontline for Eager, which is really weird, in my opinion.
They're going to be relying a lot on the double flanker to pull a lot of the heat off the front line from Makoa. You know, dream scenario here for Eager is they get a pick off of the dredge anchor from Makoa, and then the double flankers are allowed to run wild and just isolate, just, you know, make the frontliners useless. They're sitting on the point. They have to win this fight. They have to take this advantage.
Great aerial assault by Ruckus. That's why you pick that up. Now, that hook doesn't kill you. No matter if you're running plug, you have emitter and you can get back to the point, get back to your team. And look at this pressure coming out. How can you stand on this? You can't. You got to find a kill onto JAKEB or Shaolin. And there it is. ShadeeyShades answers the call. And now stolzey answers the call onto Bubble Boy. This is the snowball they need for these flankers to start doing work. This is where you want them to be. No tanks coming out for them. 1 tank and 2 flankers will do the job on this point objective. ElZulu knows that he wants to die. They're saying stagger him. They're not killing him on purpose, Nick.
Man.
The reason is they don't want him to get back onto this point fight with his team.
Well played. Well played. And that's when you start to emote and just start trolling around, you kind of let Eager know you're not a threat anymore. And then Eager, instead of just killing him outright, you know, which a lot of people would do in a competitive setting like this, they actually play it smart and just stagger him out. And now Ruckus, he's all alone. He's going to be under a lot of pressure. Does receive the bubble from Torvald. Torvald is back, but he gets taken down because he was just alone for a little bit too long.
That's important, though. They're back on the point, and now how do you contend? Everyone is low, and they can't. AGG, they just can't, Nick. They don't have the sustain. That's what I'm talking about with this double frontliner thing. You want to, but you're just committing yourself to die, unfortunately.
You got
stolzey knows that.
You got a wormhole Eevee. Just start the overtime at least. Give me something.
It's an unfortunate scenario here. We find ourselves, you know, casting these games and looking at, I think, this dynamic of if you. Wow, I mean, PrinceDanny's just on the money with those impales. But
can we look at his loadout? I think he's running something to reduce the cooldown of Planet. What's he taking?
By 40% when you get an elimination.
So in combination, when he lands those Planet, not only does he have 4 seconds flat off his Planet, but when he drives those kills home off the back of his Impaler arrows, the Planet cooldown is going to be next to nothing.
Wow, this is a very unique deck by Danny. And I'm loving, actually, the impact that it's having. Desert Shadow as well, Nick. Setting up the impales and the planets, that extra seconds of stealth that he's going to grab, turning him to 5 seconds of stealth, really, it's going to mean that he's going to really be able to set up the perfect impale planet scenario, and people won't be able to see him coming.
Goes into it, doesn't land the mark there. A lot of people will do that. When the Impaler, it's such a long travel time on the Impaler, you just have to commit. You just hope it hits and go into planet anyway. And, you know, by the time Danny's actually going to reach range, he can be effective in this fight. It's going to be up off cooldown again. ElZulu under a lot of pressure right now, but does manage to stay alive.
But again, PrinceDannyTV can dish it out as good as he can get it there. He's going to go into planet yet again. Doesn't find the impale, but you can see that's what he's going for. He's done it so many times in these fights. Bubble Boy keeping ElZulu nice and healthy. He's got to get those shields up, too, if he wants to really have as much tankiness as I think he'll need in this fight. Barrage, ready for Victor. Bitey just scoping out the battlefield. He sees ElZulu coming around the corner, just wants to find some damage into the shield before he starts to throw the grenade yet again onto Ruckus. Rovaniik in trouble. Bubble Boy keeping him alive. Hyper beam from ElZulu, but he doesn't spot out Bitey, but PrinceDanny does, and that's a kill onto 2.
Wi-Fi going down there. Danny finds Bitey as well. There's the prisms being spawned by Ying, trying to keep everyone healed up, or just Dimensional Link out of the fight. 30 seconds. AGG rounding the final corner, looking for the first.
Oh my God,
Good
Danny.
start.
He's got planted back in 6 seconds. It's unbelievable. The Impaler arrow coming up soon. He's gonna have another opportunity to do that to somebody who's not paying attention. We might see him withdraw here, just to give him the opportunity to go into the shadow. He's not at pressure. You have the Eevee, you have the Androxus. Why aren't they firing onto Danny?
He gets the kill as well, so shaving a lot of cooldown. Planet as a barrage from long range. It's gonna get nothing. Bitey gets taken out. Eager hold the defense strong. Nobody from AGG able to step foot on the payload.
Well, look, they took an Ancient Rage, they took a Barrage. All that's left for this point fight, Nick, is Eevee's Ice Storm and maybe a little bit of stolzey's Androxus, Accursed Arm, if he starts this fight off well. But AGG, they've got 4 ready to roll.
They're in a good spot here. Hyper Beam already back to 41%. The item net worth going to be on their side. Daniel thinking about what he wants to go into, sitting on 1,300 credits. Only a Cauterize 1. Rovaniik has Cauterize 2 as well as Master Riding. ElZulu going to be able to match that as well. Keep the aggression high. Rejuvenate for Torvald. Danny's actually going to go into the Master Riding as well. So not only will they beat Eager to the point, but they can be more aggressive and be less punished for actually giving him kills.
Yeah, and they will get back into the fight if they do die, like you're mentioning there. Another hook attempting to find by Wi-Fi. He does find the Torvald, maybe a bit of a better target, but the silence will negate large amounts of damage that would have come from anyone clustered next to Wi-Fi as he got another hook. Rovaniik again with the aerial assault might be able to escape, but Bubble Boy with the Dread Serpent doesn't spot the Eevee. Really nice instinctive slither, and ShadeeyShades actually, oh, it's a big problem. ShadeeyShades could have hit him with one shot and missed, forced him to go down, and that was his demise.
Nice Wi-Fi, able to stay alive and get in a shell shield heal. That's going to be huge. Needs his healer, however. He needs to get out of combat. Heal up. Ying will be back sooner rather than later. A lot of damage coming out from the planet. Grenade onto the high ground. It's not going to find the mark. stolzey does take down ElZulu, but AGG 75% on the point already. Another small little window, and they're going to escape with another payload.
And again, like we mentioned, the sustain, right? They're here on the point now, but once the big boys start pushing their way in, the Torvald, the Maldamba, the Ruckus, No ultimates for them, but when they start getting in there, will they be able to? That's a really good Ice Storm there. And stolzey's ult, I'm not sure I love that. The reversal series gonna get some damage. Oh, stolzey makes it work perfectly. And he goes in. Danny gets the better end of that trade though. ElZulu, he's still alive. The grenade bounces to the right, but ShadeeyShades will pick up 2 huge ones. Bubble Boy will find a kill of his own, but because of the great plays by ShadeeyShades and some of the kills now by Bitey, it means that they're gonna be able to do the damage that they need to do. Still having a hard time bringing down Rovaniik. He actually survives, and it's him versus Evie, but will ElZulu get there on time? Hyper Beam to push him off. I love the attempt, and oh, they're not back yet. Eager, they will capture the second one.
Narrowly. That ice block was actually huge, able to drive home the last couple of percent, stay on there in overtime. Eager come away with it in round number 2, 2-1. Lead the boys in blue.
Like their play, both teams being aggressive. ShadeeyShades starting to pick up rhythm on the Evie 7 streak for him. stolzey and Bitey just following off of that. They've had good games, but they, haven't had the type of insane performance that, we've seen them have before. And now this could be a 3-1 Eager if they continue this type of a monstrous push. Very, very bad spot to get caught out there, ElZulu. He's got to be careful. He gets his team next to him.
Frankly, the payload is just too far away, so only 3 members of Eager can keep up this pressure. Here comes the barrage, just kind of split damage, doesn't actually drive home any kills with that.
Oh, nice impale.
Impaled into the wall.
See ya.
Danny able to take down the captain for Eager.
That's huge. Getting
Danny
Bitey out
with
of
a
the
triple.
Oh, wow.
Danny with a quadra kill there on the Shaolin. Out of spawn, gets his damage amp from the Torvald bubble there. Doesn't even need the help from the squad. Able to take it home all by himself.
Ooh. Shaolin basics for
I like this
1400.
deck.
That's dangerous.
I like
That
this
sounds
deck.
bad.
Yeah, it hurts.
Oh man, yeah, and I do like this deck as well. I'm definitely going to be experimenting with this. Maybe highlight this in the future because it's unique. We don't really see this coming out. We see a lot of the groundeds, obviously a lot of the swaggers, but running into this loadout that allows him the extra cooldown on planted, and then the extra cooldown, essentially being able to just masterfully position and use the results of this. Heat Haze will not be enough. He'll waste an ultimate there to try to save his life. 50 seconds left, and Eager right on the precipice and pushing this in.
To get this damage through on this Ruckus, this mobility actually buying a lot of time, but will it be enough? stolzey's here for the zone, dismounts the Torvald, just gets in his way, gets in his face, just body blocking him away from the payload. Eager find the conversion, Danny gets the kill, but small potatoes in the grand scheme of things.
When you give a veteran team this type of momentum, it's scary. A newer team with this type of momentum, not as scary. Because, they feel like they have a good moment, but they've still got this idea in their head that we are the underdogs and we have to overperform. Eager now, they're starting to feel like, we got our rhythm, boys. We're ready to go.
Indeed. The late game offensive items, record 3 for Bitey, record 2 for Wi-Fi, record cauterized 3 across the board for stolzey, Awry, and ShadeeyShades. Gonna make it very difficult for Bubble Boy to do his job. It's gonna be up to his team to get away from that cauterized pressure if they're gonna want to receive any sort of healing. ElZulu, Rovaniik stave off a little bit of that with the rejuvenates, but probably won't be enough.
How weird is it that no one's on a streak right now?
Everybody did.
Everybody did after a successful push. Usually don't see that, especially for the pushing team. JAKEB
later
taken out by stolzey and Wi-Fi. It's very, very aggressive approach from the right-hand side, which mixed it up. And I like it. Bubble Boy, good slither, anticipating that stolzey was going to try to fire there. PrinceDannyTV, great delay of that last shot to not feed the reversal and actually finish him off. Aerial assault by Rovaniik, then to the emitter. It will save him with the shielding, and now JAKEB is here. He's just going to try and body block. Ancient Rage forced out in a really weird spot. I think that was a bad call.
Didn't want to go down, slithers away, doesn't land a single swing of the anchor, and goes down. So Wi-Fi not quite hitting the mark there. That's going to send a lot of damage back. stolzey with a massive reversal, Bitey with 2 kills as well, and still pushing forward. Awry going to hit the Kalinka dance.
Oh, man.
Bitey feeling good about that one. 54% for Team Eager. The zone's going to be strong enough here. Bitey's getting very aggressive, likely to trade his life for this. But he wants to get these dismounts. He wants to get these guys off the master riding horses.
And there's Wi-Fi just coming in clutch as well. They've got to burn down some of these tanks. The Hyper Beam not ready yet. Unfortunately, just used. And so it will not be affecting this fight. Already the shield's burned down by ElZulu. Awry just helping to take down here. They've got to finish off. PrinceDannyTV trying to get him out of the business. But it seems like it is all Eager right now. AGG have to get on this point. PrinceDanny, he is one of their saving graces. Bubble Boy desperately clings to a chance, but that will be the end of this one unless Rovaniik can make things happen.
Frankly, with Awry just floating around, actually contributing notable damage to that fight. Does get a couple of last hits as well. stolzey with 2 clean pickups, and it is Eager just after the onslaught of damage. Zones control. Eager say no more. You're not stealing away any more payloads from us after in overtime. Eager put their foot down, find the win on Serpent Beach.
I also do think that ShadeeyShades being on the damage carry in that game made a big difference for them. Being able to have the impact that EV had, which went on that 7, that 8, that 9 streak, you know, in that second round, able to get that 3-1 push off of that 2-1 capture where she was so effective. I think that's the difference, right? If you take a Grok in that scenario, maybe you can tend a little bit more on the point. You have that pseudo front line, but you just don't have the ability to do what Evie was doing there. You don't have that damage. So we've seen the one flanker not really work. But now the duo flanker here seemed to have apply enough pressure to switch things around and kind of combat the tankiness that AGG had, but in a different way.
Yep, just they even, you know, in the last round you saw Wi-Fi flank out JAKEB with stolzey just to give themselves the early man advantage. And then when the tanks are caught out by themselves, they're not really that scary. When they don't have any damage behind them, they're just kind of sitting there, just big HP clobs. You just got to work your way through. But not super big threats on their own. Wonderfully played by Eager. But we are in a game 3.
73,000 damage by Danny. He's feeling himself, man. He's ready to go. 2,200 credits, miles ahead of the rest of his team. And anyone else, actually, in this game, he had the highest credits in the entire game. stolzey, though, 63K. Showing off the Godslayer legendary. Really feeling that.
Yeah, I like it. I've always actually liked it in playtesting. I was even getting wrecked by it on some people that I will not name just to give them credit. But Stone Keep, game number 3 is where we will seen this played. And Eager did find the win on this map pretty convincingly in their previous set against Panda Global here. But AGG, different team. I think their drafts are looking a little bit stronger than Panda Global's did today.
They are.
And that's, I think, it's going to anyone can take a game here on Stone Keep.
Yeah, both these teams showing that, I mean, the fight for 2 and 3 is close. It's close right now. This is where the drafts will come into play. And it's not that one thing can't work if you're trying to be different, but you got to have enough. And we've seen a lot of teams really lose out here with letting a Kinessa slip through and not enough tools to deal with it.
And Drox is another big talking point on this map. And for these two teams, stolzey's run it in almost every game today. And Prince Danny of Team AGG, that's his comfort pick. That's his go-to. You can see them taking their time with this one. We thought it was going to be one. We saw Eager prioritize it in AGG. They're going to do the same.
Well, then they might give up Shaolin here. In fact, they may just say, we don't need to take Shaolin because we don't see them taking Shaolin either. JAKEB might be able to run it, though. So you got to be careful. Those two very, very important damage flank combos. So they will take the Cassie from JAKEB, leave Shaolin on the table, and take the Victor at that high level, which, to me, a bit of an early Victor on that one, for sure.
Eager love Victor, though.
I know they love it, but I don't know if AGG loves it. But I guess, hey, you're trying to get the draft that you like here.
You're right. Yeah, AGG, they don't prioritize it a lot. Eager maybe wanting to feel out what their opponents are going for. Drogo's still on the table. Healer could still be taken. Eager like to run the solo Torvald and with 3 very dangerous character-player combinations. You know, ShadeeyShades probably on the Cassie here. Could be Bitey on the Victor, but probably going to be stolzey with Bitey on the Torvald, and they like to bubble whoever's going off, whoever's doing well.
Looks like we may see.
This is gonna be that janky stuff from Eager with the roster. So might be Awry on the Drogos.
I think we actually we'll see Shady on the Cassie. We'll see Awry on the Ying. I think we'll see Bitey on Victor. And I think we'll see stolzey on the Drogos. But
Wi-Fi on Torvald.
And then I think Wi-Fi will be on Torvald. I think that's how they'll run it. I'd be surprised if they did it any differently. But I do kind of like this counter pick. I actually really do like this counter pick with the Grover. Grover can heal, right? Late game, he gets shut down with Cauterize a little bit more.
So does every healer.
His damage can be impactful. And on this map with the long lines of sight, I think you have a chance here to really impact with Wrecker pickups. We'll see if he goes into it. To really, I think, take down the Torvald from range and really shut down any Victor, any Cassie, any stolzey that tries to land there.
So Fusillade for stolzey's Drogos as well as Wrecker being picked up. Wi-Fi taking Field Study and Kronos for his Torvald. Awry takes Lifelike and Cauterize for his Ying. Bitey taking Gunnery and Wrecker for his Victor. ShadeeyShades selects Exaction and Cauterize for his Cassie.
PrinceDannyTV, Darkstalker. He will be taking the Nether Step for Androxus. Rovaniik will take Aerial Assault. Bubble Boy, Deep Roots. He's going to cripple. He's going to cripple when he hits that right click. JAKEB will take Recurve on Shaolin. And Half Shell for ElZulu on Makoa. And the Master Riding to boot. Bitey and both teams actually head up to this corridor. Great hook already,
Whoa,
but
grenade.
look at these 2 grenades coming out. This is going to put them in a world of hurt. Half Shell's going to save a lot of lives there. Half Shell was huge by Makoa and especially allowed him to keep fighting. And he's at a decent health pool here. This could go poorly for Eager if they get caught out, get too aggressive. No one's on the point yet.
Danny eating a lot of damage from this Victor. Bitey just gives it up though, continues to throw the grenades. stolzey finds first blood, finally. Awry gets hicked in, but Dimensionaling's out, does get picked up in the end though. ShadeeyShades, a lot of grenade damage coming through to Victor, and stolzey just shredding through that HP on ElZulu's Makoa. Prince Danny will find reprieve there, picks up stolzey. Is still alive here. ShadeeyShades just trying to snuff him out. Big damage jam coming through from Torvald. One more shot's gonna do it. Can't get the reversal up in time. And Droxus returns to the shadows.
And he will go to think about the attempts here. ElZulu misses the hook. Great stuff there. But what a nice roll again by ShadeeyShades, who earlier showed just the power of Cassie on this map. But JAKEB is going to show the power of Shaolin. Bubble Boy needs to get back here. But now you can see with Androxus, this is the type of move he wants. Great cripple. Dimensional Link out of it, though. Danny's just going to nether step back to safety. Rovaniik getting low. He might need to play the frontline role and just reversal. Focus out stolzey. PrinceDannyTV will slay stolzey. And there's the Grover. Look at the long-range damage onto Barrick. The healing will keep Grover alive, and Danny will be able to clean up what Grover put on a plate. AGG looking so strong now after the retake.
Beautiful stuff from the Grover, crippling out ShadeeyShades. Beautiful combo with the Makoa Dredge Anchor. So much confirmable damage, pulls you right into the face of a Ruckus as well. Bubble Boy showing some versatility. They can hit the shots long range. Very good Kinessa player, so the precision is not something foreign to this support from AGG.
Oh, it's AGG taking the lead again. Nick, this set is back to back. So tied, so close. PrinceDannyTV gets taken out by Awry on the Androxus. JAKEB, though, does find a kill, but stolzey will find him in response. ShadeeyShades, such a crucial member of this Eager roster. We shouted him out as the spotlight. We shouted him out as a great player earlier on. He's got to perform on this Cassie.
2 minutes remain here. stolzey not really on a streak right now. Sends out a long-range fire spit that won't connect. Dragon Punch. He's ready to go. Good dismantle this push before he even gets off the ground. Bubble Boy binds up onto the high ground. Actually exposed himself a little bit here. Prince Danny trying to get in on Shady, but it's Shady who's taking the fight to Danny.
Reversal gets up in time this round, and Danny will escape with his life. Sometimes the best way to fight is to refuse to fight until you get yourself in a better position. Shady does have the ability to use the vision, but he's just been picking off Prince Danny here. He's just been bullying him with this consistent damage, and Danny actually just showing a bit of timidness now going against Shady as he's lost 2 of those in a row.
Cassie is, you know, she's less common in the meta right now, but she still brings a lot of burst damage to that Androxus base. And the way her shots come out, they're slow, methodical. It's easy for Shady to get caught off in the rhythm and just avoid the reversal entirely. Danny's not going to be able to put any damage back in his face. Crippled out, Bitey taken down from the Wombo combo from AGG.
I love the half shell as well. It's creating just such a great spot for AGG to fight in that Eager don't want to go in. Look at that. Field study from Torvald gives her 1170 exaction bonus shot, but an impale coming out from JAKEB, and a finishing from blow from PrinceDannyTV will help pick up 2 crucial members, ShadeeyShades and stolzey. Bitey's back in the fight, but is that enough to contend against this? They're actually both just kind of got to wait for their team to get back.
Trading out here is going to be in favor of Eager as their spawn is just up the stairs there, whereas AGG have to hike it all the way across the map through this cathedral here. Up onto the high ground again. Big flank coming out from AGG. The Makoa, the Dredge Anchor is going to be good onto stolzey. He's going to escape with his life for now.
But did not find the crippling root. They didn't have that deep root from Grover to really follow up and keep him in place. But Bitey, look at that! He actually gets hit 1 more with Bubble Boy, but he's going to go around the corner and try to finish him off. ShadeeyShades finishes off Bubble Boy. stolzey gets the field study. Direct shot, and that means that he will help to do a ton of damage. Fusillade turning into 1,600 plus with that 40% extra damage. stolzey finds 1 more kill, and it's 1-1 for both teams.
So, big ultimates for Eager on the board. Danny, the only one. Danny and JAKEB actually do not have their ultimates here. Heat Haze, not going to be online. A Cursed Arm isn't either, but only a couple shots off the mark there is Prince Danny. Resilience here, so Eager do have the ultimate advantage here. They don't have the credit advantage necessarily, because AGG are going to get that 300 bump for capturing the payload in round number 1. But Eager are in a good spot to pull this one back.
It's going to be very telling to see how well this point fight goes for both AGG and Eager, especially considering the fact that AGG didn't have the better end of the first part of that fight, but then came in strong, kind of having adjusted. Will that adjustment continue? Will they take that upper balcony? That's the kind of question I'd be asking myself here. Do we switch up our route? Because Bitey did a considerable amount of damage with those grenades onto our entire clumped up team. If I'm Makoa, do I go for the hook first, or do I pop my half shell so that the grenades bounce off? Then I hook through the half shell. I think maybe there's some ways they could play that better, but also I just think maybe you just go the other way.
Playing the strength, they got to play to the strengths of their comp. They got to play off the back of the Treasure Anchor and the deep roots. It's going to be so much confirmed damage. You know, 11, 1200s coming through from the Makoa alone. Meanwhile, you know, Grover does hit pretty substantially hard, even up close. You know, those axes add up pretty quickly. And then you've got Rovaniik on the Ruckus, who you know is going to be right behind all of them, driving a ton of damage home.
1 second now before it all begins. Again, 1-1. For both teams. Round 2 starts again. They elect to go for the first spot. Half shell does come out, and then the hook comes out, and you find Awry with the first kill, but JAKEB takes down Ying, the healer. PrinceDannyTV finds ShadeeyShades, looking for one more. This has definitely gone in the way of AGG here, losing Awry and losing a huge point of damage on, oh boy, PrinceDannyTV is really taking down stolzey and looking to find Bitey in the process. Protection shield will help to save him. Those bubbles coming through clutch from Wi-Fi, but not enough to change the fight here. AGG, no one on the point though. I'm surprised by that. They could be getting a lot of capture objective here. This may be a mistake from them.
That's how they've been winning these games. We'll get somebody parked back on it soon. Bubble Boy.
It's a long time they didn't have someone on there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they could be north of 50 or 60% by now. They are still continuing to get the picks here, so they will be able to buy themselves a lot of time. 54% on the payload push there for the guys of AGG.
Awry hasn't been in this fight, man. He got picked first. He gets picked second. Awry is not able to heal his team, and without that, they just got damage, and they've got a lot of damage. There's the Dragon's Fury. Will Drogo's ultimate connect on the right target, or will he fall first? Oh, wow! stolzey will go down to JAKEB, but he will get Bubble Boy in response, so no healer now for AGG. Swing, bada swing. ElZulu going against Torvald, but Wi-Fi will end up making the better end of that trade and going home with an objective right now. An 87%, Nick, you got to be saying, if AGG stood on the point back then, would they have captured that objective already?
Absolutely would have. Absolutely, I think without a doubt, would have had enough to drive that one home. Maybe, you know, overtime could have been anyone's game at that point, but Eager now, they're closing the gap very quickly now, 75% for them, and AGG are back for the retake, but they're going to be spotted out, and nice disengage, throwing a wrench in the plan for JAKEB. The toss-up is going to be good. One more shot on the Bubble Boy, and ShadeeyShades has a beautiful angle to drive a lot of kills home against AGG.
And unfortunately, if you're AGG, there are no do-overs here. You're going to lose this second objective and maybe get hurt by just not having the awareness, maybe being too aggressive, not prioritizing the right things at the right time, and standing on that capture objective with 87% to your name, and yet no point. Eager take the 2-1 lead here, and again, in this crucial game that will determine, geez Louise, big roll, but will determine who will move on and potentially second place here in the Masters qualifiers.
7 streak for Shady is very low right now. Looking for some kind of angle to break this defense from AGG. It's going to have to come down, I think, stolzey on one of these flankers. Moving up on the high ground. Bitey's actually rooted out and killed. Another protection bubble is going to come through. Damage amp. It's big, but a cursed arm is going to be bigger. It's going to find ShadeeyShades. More could be found here. One more protection bubble. Kills going either way. Quadra kill for stolzey. Busalot hitting so hard with that damage amp from Torvald.
And this is why, you know, you talk about Wi-Fi coming through with the Torvald. Why is he so highly valued? It's because of what he does to his teammates. He supports them in a way that, you know, a lot of frontliners can't compete with. That 40% damage amped already 1,200 damage. That's going to end JAKEB. That's going to end Rovaniik. He's going to fall under the reversal, so that won't even affect him. And Bubble Boy's going to crumble under the damage. The 1,600 after the fire spit landed. And he's trying to take out Danny, but Bitey's got him covered on that one. Rovaniik standing still. It's not where you want to be when a Fuselage Drogos is flying above you. And Ying's going to keep them all healed up. Awry in this fight for sure. 3-1 Eager.
So close. AGG every time. I feel like it's so close between these two teams. AGG just not standing on the point quite enough. Would have been a very different round, I think, had they done that. Actually going into some serious resiliences here to counter out all of this deep roots and these impales from JAKEB and from Bubble Boy. So Bitey Awry and Wi-Fi have had enough of that. stolzey a little bit harder to hit, as well as Cassie, but cauterized threes, record threes starting to come online as Eager head towards their late game offensive items.
And what is important too is the resiliences will only do so much, right? I mean, it used to actually be 1 second that Grover could root you, but it's a minimum 0.5 seconds of a root, and that will still allow you to confirm a shot or two, right? It's going to allow potentially 2 members of the enemy team to still take you down. Moving, not moving at all, is perfect. There's the half shell, gets immediately destroyed by the Fusillade Drogos of stolzey and the grenade coming in from Bitey. They have not won this fight very, very consistently, but they did do a good job last round, but it seems like stolzey's just firing on all cylinders. Fusillade Drogos is just nuts right now. And against all these shields, stolzey will find yet another 3 kills in this fight and put his tally up to a 13 streak. And Eager, all the while standing on the point.
Danny able to get 1 kill though for a consolation prize. Bitey will have to wait some time. Shuts it down. There comes the protection bubbles just to keep him alive. Dragon Punch gonna leave him exposed. Hopefully they can find the kill there, but stolzey able to escape with his life. That's the big win you can take away. Leaves Drogo's very exposed. Hexafire on the high ground. A lot of those rockets are going to be coming through any minute now to shut it down. Rovaniik cancel out his ultimate. Another ultimate dismantled by stolzey.
Get played, son. stolzey takes it home. Game 3, final set of the day. And again, we see some more highlight plays from stolzey and Eager on Stone Keep to finish things off.
That was three ultimates dictated by stolzey. Hits his Dragon Punch, shuts down the Hexafire, shuts down the Accursed Arm. Beautiful.
Unbelievable stuff there. And Eager do show that they're able to take it home. A lot of times, I think, in tandem with just the Fusillade Drogos and the Field Study Tour. Best buddies right now.
So much damage. 99,000 damage for stolzey, but top of the charts is going to be Bitey on the Victor. 123,000 for his Victor.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Very committed to the Torvald is all we need kind of lineup here. And who's to blame them? When you've got ShadeeyShades and stolzey and Bitey firing this much damage onto a team fight, I mean, no one got close to that amount of damage. And this is what
they play it so different. Eager play their game so differently than everyone right now. Everyone's going for that point stack double frontliner guaranteed, but they're just taking the Torvald and pairing him with so many dangerous characters where you take out Bitey, stolzey and Shady are still there. You take out Shady, Bitey and stolzey are still there. It's just an immense amount of damage, and it just feels like you can't shut it down quick enough.
And you know what? I do think that the fact that they also could compete with the range that they didn't necessarily have that traditional flanker, but I mean, they could compete with JAKEB. They could compete with the long-range Hexafires because, like I said, it's the Drogo's rocket. I mean, that flies across the map, does an incredible amount of damage, especially if he's boosted. Bitey's got that long range. ShadeeyShades, those unmitigated projectiles that are just going to hit you like a truck when you're not paying attention. They could compete with the range that Bubble Boy, that JAKEB, that Rovaniik had in this fight. And I think ultimately just came down to great plays, and stolzey and the rest of the boys made them.
Absolutely. Let's head on over to the schedule. Give you all a quick recap if you missed any of the previous games. Still, Astro Authority at the top, taking 2 O's in both their sets against AGG and against Panda Global. Eager did get the 2-0 over Panda Global, so they found their 2nd win and their 3rd win. So going to be all tied up. We'll take a look at the standings here to see just how it all went. Panda Global still yet to find a win. They're going to be sitting there at the bottom here, 0-4. AGG 1-3. Now separating themselves from the back. Eager go up 3-1 today. Astro Authority still yet to find that L.
I'm not sure if we can have any other result besides Astral and Eager going at this point, considering that even if AGG were to win 2, they would still be 3-1 at best, tied with Eager, and have the head-to-head advantage go to Eager at that point. So it does look like we will see the locked-in top 2 teams. Not sure about the bottom 2, which will still be determined in the gauntlets and still have an effect, for these 2 teams. So there's still a lot to play for next weekend between Panda and AGG. They're going to have to battle it out and see who really is going to come in 3rd or 4th. But congratulations to Eager and, of course, to Astral Authority for doing so well. Burrito and D69 It's going to be an exciting LAN. You're going to see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of these guys in person. We're excited to have it April 6th to 9th here at Hi-Rez Studios.
It's going to be fun. Make sure you guys are keeping up with the Gauntlet Open qualifiers as well that are running alongside this. The top team from those open brackets is going to be playing against Panda Global, against AGG in North America. And one of those teams is still going to contest a spot at the LAN.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one for sure. And we have some more promos. Just to remind you all, the Colossal Chests, they are on sale this weekend. 33% off if you want to find the Baroness Tyra skin in your possession, or if you just want to get caught up on some of the Colossal Chests. It's one of the best values in Paladins, and they keep adding more stuff to it. So the closer you get it all unlocked, then the future purchases are so cheap. I mean, 33% off something that was like...
That's already at a discount.
It's already at a discount, like 75 crystals per chest, right? And then the Tyra Baroness stuff was like 200 crystals, I think, each.
It's an exclusive. You can't get it anywhere but the Colossal Chest.
Exactly. So you'll have those, like the Cuddly Makoa. That's exclusive to the Colossal Chest. And there's also the Exalted Androxus, too, which is pretty fun. You get the double XP this weekend if you're playing as well. And that just means for tonight only, you'll be able to play a couple more Paladins games, get 2 XP. So play those champions that you want to take into ranked, play the champions that you want to get those masteries on, because you will get mastery chests coming out to you.
Leveling up, very important for all that. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations to our teams that have qualified. It's
going to be an exciting week next week. Make sure that you don't leave us and say, oh, everything's already handled. No, no, no. There's a lot of excitement next week that's going to determine things. We're going to see what kind of matchups adjust, what kind of players and comps these teams put into the mix to see who will be able to get the advantage going into the Gauntlet weekends, which are coming up the weekend after that. My name's been Rain Day. This has been Hi-Rez Pretty Hair. We've been your casters for today. Thank you for watching the Masters Qualifiers. Thank you to production for helping us out, and everybody who's behind the scenes here at Hi-Rez Studios making this great game. And as always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and we'll see you all in the realm.